Engineering meets raw power. You get one of the most feared sniper rifles ever built, the Barrett M107A1. This massive 50 caliber sniper rifle is designed for extreme long-range power and incredible battlefield performance. Built by Barrett Firearms Manufacturing, the M107A1 is an upgraded and more advanced version of the legendary Barrett M107. At first glance, the rifle looks enormous, and that's because it is. The M107A1 fires the powerful 12.7 by 99 mm NATO .50 BMG round, a cartridge known for its incredible range, impact, and stopping power. But the M107A1 is not just about power. Engineers redesigned the rifle to make it lighter and more efficient. Using modern materials and an improved design, this rifle is easier for soldiers to carry and operate in demanding environments. Another major improvement is its compatibility with suppressors. The rifle can be fitted with advanced suppressor systems, reducing flash and recoil while maintaining its devastating performance. The M107A1 is capable of hitting targets at distances beyond 1,800 meters. That's nearly 2 kilometers away. At those ranges, precision, stability, and reliability are absolutely critical. This rifle is widely used by military forces around the world for long-range missions, anti-materiel operations, and extreme precision shooting. Despite its size, the semi-automatic action allows rapid follow-up shots, giving operators a huge advantage in high-pressure situations. From its massive barrel to its powerful recoil system, every part of the M107A1 is designed for strength, durability, and unmatched long-range capability. Today, the Barrett M107A1 stands as one of the most powerful and iconic sniper rifles ever created, a true legend in the world of modern firearms. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible rifle, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more legendary weapons from history and modern warfare. Thanks for watching! War can happen suddenly, and when missiles, fighter jets, or drones are involved, civilians must know how to protect themselves. Staying calm and knowing the right steps can save lives. The first and most important rule is seek shelter immediately when you hear sirens, explosions, or aircraft flying unusually low. Move quickly to the safest place available. Underground shelters, basements, or reinforced buildings provide the best protection from blasts and flying debris. If you are inside a building without a basement, move to the lowest floor and stay away from windows and glass. Windows can shatter from shockwaves and cause serious injuries. Sit against an interior wall and cover your head and neck with your arms or a bag. When missiles or airstrikes occur, do not run outside to watch. Explosions often happen in waves, and a second strike may follow. Stay sheltered until authorities say it is safe. If you hear fighter jets or military aircraft overhead during a conflict, avoid open areas such as roads, fields, or rooftops. Move indoors immediately. Buildings provide better protection from shrapnel and debris. Drone attacks can sometimes be heard as a buzzing sound in the sky. If you hear this during a conflict zone, move into solid cover quickly. Stay inside buildings, away from doors and windows. Always prepare an emergency safety kit at home. This kit should include drinking water, basic food supplies, a flashlight, batteries, a first aid kit, important documents, and a charged phone or power bank. Communication is also very important. Listen to official government announcements, radio broadcasts, or emergency alerts. These messages will tell you when to evacuate, where shelters are located, and when it is safe to move. If evacuation is ordered, leave quickly but calmly. Follow official routes and avoid military areas or damaged buildings. Help children, elderly people, and injured individuals if possible. During any conflict, remember that panic can be as dangerous as the attack itself. Stay calm, stay informed, and stay protected. Knowing these safety steps can help protect you and your family during dangerous situations. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay prepared, and always look out for one another. This is the Tokarev semi-automatic rifle, one of the most ambitious weapons ever fielded by the Soviet Union. Designed by Fyodor Tokarev, the same mind behind the famous TT pistol, this rifle was meant to change infantry warfare forever. Introduced in 1938, the SVT-38 was the Red Army's bold attempt to replace slow bolt-action rifles with the fast-firing semi-automatic battle rifle. Chambered in the powerful 7.62 by 54mm R, the same cartridge used by the Mosin Nagant, the Tokarev delivered serious range and stopping power. Unlike traditional rifles of its time, it used a gas-operated system, allowing soldiers to fire follow-up shots far faster than bolt-action weapons. The rifle fed from a 10-round magazine, but Soviet troops often reloaded it using in combat. However, the original SVT-38 proved heavy, complex, and sensitive, especially during the brutal Winter War. So, in 1940, the Soviets upgraded it. The result was the SVT-40, lighter, simpler, and more reliable. It featured an improved gas system, a distinctive muzzle brake, and better handling for frontline soldiers. Some versions were even equipped with sniper scopes, making the SVT-40 one of the earliest semi-automatic sniper rifles of World War II. On paper, it was ahead of its time. On the battlefield, it demanded training and careful maintenance, something the Red Army couldn't always provide during wartime chaos. Interestingly, German forces loved captured SVT rifles, often reissuing them to their own troops. Despite its advanced design, the Tokarev was gradually replaced by the rugged Mosin Nagant, which was cheaper and easier to use. But make no mistake, the SVT wasn't a failure. It was a vision of the future, arriving too early for its time. Fast, powerful, and innovative, the Tokarev semi-automatic rifle remains a legendary step in the evolution of modern military firearms. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more legendary weapon history. This is the Mauser Carabiner 98K, one of the most iconic bolt-action rifles ever made. Its story begins in 1898, when legendary German designer Paul Mauser created the Gewehr 98. That rifle didn't just serve Germany, it changed firearm history forever. Fast forward to 1935. Germany needed a shorter, faster, more practical infantry rifle. The result was the Carabiner 98 Kurz, or K98K. Bolt action, 5-round internal magazine loaded with stripper clips. Simple, powerful, deadly accurate. At its heart was the famous Mauser 98 action, a controlled feed bolt system so strong and reliable that it became the gold standard for bolt-action rifles worldwide. The K98K fired the fearsome 7.92 by 57mm Mauser, a cartridge capable of long-range accuracy and massive stopping power. In trained hands, this rifle was effective well beyond 500 meters. Shorter than earlier Mauser rifles, the K98K was easier to handle in trenches, forests, and ruined cities. It became the standard infantry rifle of Nazi Germany during World War II and served on every major front, from the frozen East to the deserts of North Africa. Many K98Ks were fitted with scopes, turning them into deadly sniper rifles, respected and feared by Allied troops. Over 14 million were produced, and even under wartime pressure, early models showed incredible craftsmanship. After the war, the K98K refused to disappear. Captured rifles were used by dozens of countries and later transformed into civilian hunting rifles. Today, the Mauser Carabiner 98K stands as more than a weapon. It's a symbol of engineering excellence and the rifle that defined the bolt-action legacy. Thanks for watching. Follow for more legendary weapons from history. This is the Lee Enfield rifle, one of the fastest bolt-action rifles ever used in war. Designed in the United Kingdom, this legendary rifle became the backbone of the British Army for more than half a century. At the heart of the Lee Enfield is the design genius of James Paris Lee, whose bolt and magazine system changed infantry warfare forever. Unlike most bolt-action rifles of its time, the Lee Enfield used a 10-round detachable magazine, double the capacity of many of its rivals. But here's what made it truly special: its smooth, rear-locking bolt. This design allowed soldiers to cycle the action incredibly fast, earning British troops a fearsome reputation on the battlefield. Trained soldiers could fire 20 to 30 aimed shots per minute, a rate so fast that enemies often believed they were facing machine guns. The rifle was chambered in .303 British, a powerful cartridge known for long-range accuracy and devastating stopping power. Manufactured at the Royal Small Arms Factory in Enfield, this rifle earned its famous name, the Lee Enfield. From the muddy trenches of World War I to the deserts of North Africa and the jungles of Asia during World War II, the Lee Enfield proved one thing again and again: reliability. Dust, mud, rain, heat, this rifle kept firing when others failed. Its most famous version, the SNLE, was short, well-balanced, and deadly accurate, making it one of the most loved rifles in military history. Even today, the Lee Enfield remains a symbol of British engineering, discipline, and battlefield dominance. A bolt-action rifle that could outrun time itself. Thanks for watching. If you love legendary weapons and military history, hit like, subscribe, and stay locked for more iconic firearms stories. This is the FG-42, one of the most insane weapons ever built in World War II. Designed for Nazi Germany's elite paratroopers, this rifle wasn't just a gun, it was an experiment to change infantry warfare forever. The FG-42 stands for Fallschirmjägergewehr 42, literally Paratrooper Rifle 1942, and from the start, it broke every rule. While most soldiers carried either a rifle or a machine gun, the FG-42 tried to be both. It fired the brutal 7.92 by 57 millimeter Mauser, the same full-power round used by the MG-42 machine gun. But unlike the MG-42, this weapon could be fired from the shoulder. Semi-automatic for accuracy, full automatic for suppression. One gun, one soldier. The mind behind this radical design was Louis Stein, working at Rheinmetall in Nazi Germany. His goal? Give paratroopers a weapon they could fight with the moment they hit the ground. And here's where it gets crazy. In semi-auto, the FG-42 fired from a closed bolt for precision. In full auto, it switched to an open bolt to prevent overheating. That feature wouldn't become common until decades later. The 20-round magazine was mounted on the side, allowing soldiers to stay low while firing prone, but it also made the weapon unbalanced and difficult to control. And control was a real problem. At around 750 rounds per minute, full auto fire was violent. The recoil was savage. This was not a gun for beginners. Only about 7,000 FG-42 rifles were ever produced. Too expensive, too complex, too advanced for wartime mass production. But its legacy lived on. The FG-42 directly influenced modern automatic rifles and even machine gun. It wasn't the best rifle, it wasn't the best machine gun, but it was one of the boldest weapon designs in history. A weapon built for the future, decades before the world was ready. If you love rare and legendary weapons, hit subscribe and stay locked for more history like this. This rifle wasn't just a weapon. It was called the right arm of the free world. Meet the FNFAL. FNFAL stands for Fusil Automatique Léger, which means light automatic rifle. Designed in Belgium, this Cold War legend armed more than 90 countries across the globe, making it one of the most widely used battle rifles in history. Created in the late 1940s by legendary designer Dieudonné Save, the FNFAL was built for one purpose: battlefield dominance and reliability under fire. Chambered in 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO, this was a true full-power battle rifle, delivering serious range, hard-hitting accuracy, and devastating stopping power. The FNFAL is gas-operated, using a short-stroke piston with an adjustable gas system, allowing soldiers to tune the rifle for mud, sand, heat, or extreme cold. It features selective fire, semi-automatic and fully automatic, but full auto recoil was so intense that many armies restricted it to semi-auto only. With a 20-round detachable magazine, the FNFAL balanced firepower, control, and durability. From Europe to Africa, from the Middle East to South America, this rifle saw combat on nearly every continent. During the Falklands War, both sides carried the FNFAL into battle, proof of its global reach. Heavy, powerful, and dependable, it wasn't perfect, but it was legendary. This rifle defined the Cold War battlefield. This is the FNFAL, one of the greatest battle rifles ever made. Follow for more legendary weapons. This is the Arisaka rifle, one of the strongest and most reliable bolt-action rifles ever made. Designed by Colonel Nariakira Arasaka, it served as the backbone of the Imperial Japanese Army for decades. First introduced in the late 1900s, the Arisaka replaced older single-shot rifles and was built to endure harsh battlefield conditions. Its rugged construction made it reliable in mud, sand, or rain. Soldiers trusted it to never fail. The rifle uses a bolt-action design with dual front locking lugs, giving it one of the strongest actions of World War II. It has a 5-round internal magazine loaded via stripper clips, and early models fired the 6.5 by 50 mm cartridge, while later Type 99 rifles used the more powerful 7.7 by 58 mm round. The most common early model, the Type 38, was lightweight and accurate, with low recoil, making it ideal for infantry use. The later Type 99 increased firepower and included a monopod and anti-aircraft sights on some versions. Even late-war last-ditch models, simplified for mass production, remained functional and surprisingly accurate. Its combination of strength, reliability, and precision earned it a legendary reputation. Manufactured at arsenals in Tokyo, Nagoya, Kokura, and Manchuria, the Arisaka served in the Russo-Japanese War, World War I, and World War II, seeing combat across Asia and the Pacific. For military history enthusiasts, the Arisaka rifle is a remarkable piece of engineering, a true symbol of Japan's infantry power.